Hello guys, today we will continue with what we have completed yesterday. Like we have completed data types and we have seen both standard and data structure data type. Now today we are going to see uh, inbuilt functions in string data type. Okay, so inbuilt function in string data type, it plays an important role, and there are a lot many things which you can perform with the help of this. So most important thing is your string manipulation as well as applying different functions on it, and on the basis of that, it will return you the values on that. One important thing which I want to clarify right here is I'm going to share this file with all of you. I will add the GitHub link in the description, as well as you will also find all code from that particular file. Now, here we are on the first function, that is capitalize. So capitalize function, it checks your string and it changes the first alphabet into the capital alphabet. Right here you can see my Python programming is in lowercase, completely in lowercase, whereas my capitalize function is changing it into first character into capital one. Now in the second function where we have case fold, so in case of case fold, what we are doing right here is we are converting the complete string into lowercase. So you can see that particular thing as well, that how it is converting it into the lowercase. And now third one is where we are shifting our string to the center. Okay, so there are two parameters right here. First one is size of my string, size of where I want to move my string, and second one is, which is optional one, that is padding character. So you can see right here is in the very first one, my string length, my string, that is Python programming, its size is 18 characters. So right here you can see that uh, it is moving my string in between 25 characters, so it is leaving few is 7 space or 6 space in the front and remaining space in the back. In the second case where we have 50, so it is leaving uh, space in front as well as in back side of the string. So it is prefixing and postfixing these spaces to this and moving your complete string with respect to that 75 length or 50 length or 25 length in center of that. Right here in the last one where we have 100, so it is pushing the string in between the 100 one and leaving the space on both sides. Now next one is where we are padding these values. So with the padded value, you can easily understand that how it is shifting the string in between, or I will say in center of this. So these are the examples with padded character. Next one is where we are counting the stuff. Okay, we have a function which counts a number of appearance in the string. Okay, so right here I have taken one string. It is Peppa Pig personally likes Python programming. Okay, so in this particular string, we are checking each and every alphabet. So P, A, E, P, capital P, then small p, and so on. Now again, in this particular function, your start and end, these two things are optional one. So if you are mentioning that, so your string will search things in between these two index numbers. So from index number 0 to index number 5, from index number 0 to index number 11, from index number 5 to index number 11, and so on. Right here, what we are doing is we are taking the complete length of the string, and between that we are finding the values. So in bottom you can see that how it looks like and how the output is right here. So number of appearance in that particular section of things, like where you have not mentioned anything, it is finding small p, like 1, 2, 3, 4 number of times it is finding small p right here. So you can see the output as small p. When you are looking into alphabet A in small case, so 1, 2, then 3, so total 3 times my A is appearing. In the same way, alphabet E is appearing on 1, 2, 3, total 3 places. So in like that, it is showing me the number of appearance in with the help of count function. And wherever we are mentioning start and end, it is finding the appearance in that range of indexes. Now next one is encode. Now encode function is specially used for to identify special characters. So right here we have taken example of special characters, and in this you can see that my special characters are which I have picked up from symbol table and its respective encoded value. Next function is ANDs with. Now it identifies that from which character my string is getting AND. So right here we have taken two things. One is small g and capital G, and then on the basis of that it is returning two different values. For first one, small g, it is saying true, and for capital G it is saying false. As you know, Python is a case sensitive language, so small g and capital G are two different alphabets, and they are considered to be totally different with each other. Next is my expand tab. So now in case of expand tab, what you will find right here is, in expand tab you will find that I am expanding with the help of tab. Okay, so in my string I have taken Python, but in between every alphabet I have taken slash t. Slash t represent tab. So now this slash t is, its default value is 8 characters. So right here, when we are not mentioning the number of characters, it is taking tab of 8. Then we have changed it to 10. Then we have changed it to 20. Then we have changed it to 30, and so on. So it is showing me that particular tab value. Next function is find function. Now find function, like your index, it finds appearance in your whatever string you are giving right there. So very first one is where you can see we are checking Python, Python, and it will give me index number for that. Now I am providing start and end as well, and then I am looking into, so wherever it is not able to find the alphabet right there, it is returning -1, and wherever it is finding the value, it is displaying that particular index number in between that particular range of indexes. Okay, so understand this thing, that wherever it is searching within index. Okay, so this is your find function. Now next one is your function which is called as format function. Format function helps you to provide something kind of input to your string, to your complete string, and in the string wherever the values are missing, it will replace the values with new value. So my name is, then we are taking curly braces right here, and F name and other things. Okay, now you can see that when I run this one, I'm getting following output. Okay, so my output is, my name is Prajakta, I am 29. So this particular string with all the different format is displayed right here. Second example, where we have India is my country, all Indians are my brother and sister, and I love my country very much. So now I am passing these values, that is country, India, brother, sister, love, country. So it is replacing wherever the appearance is there, it is replacing it with this. Now next one is, we have this one, like we have we are saying dash pioneer in data science training, and then we are passing this particular name of our institute. So this is these are the different way of using the format function in Python. Now in the below example, we have a little bit change right here. We have used numbers. Okay, number means positions. So this is on index position 0, this is index position 1, index position 2, index position 3, and index position 4. Change is, we have shuffled the index number within our string, and then we took the output. So right here you can see at different places my value is getting displayed. Next one is where we have I will say input in form of dictionary. So we have key and we have value. Okay, so in such type of scenario we use format map. Okay, previous function was format, now the new function is format map. Now right here you can see we are using this string, and we are trying to provide the input. Okay, so let me scroll it on left side. Okay, so this is my I will say this is my dictionary. A is my dictionary, where I have P as programmer, Q as open, then R as source, S as operating system, and so on. And then we are replacing those values with the help of key, to passing key to it, and in format map we are using the dictionary. So wherever you will find this value, or you will find the key, it will replace it with the value available in dictionary. So this is the example right here. So we are on index function. Index function, in case of strings, index function returns the index position of that particular alphabet. So right here we have Python programming, and in this we are looking the position of first character or first appearance. So on in very first case, it will give me capital P on index position 0, then Y on index position 1, then T on index position 2, H on index position 3, O on index position 4, and N on index position 5. And then what I am doing is I am providing start and end index number, and in between I am finding my values. Wherever the number is not available in string, or in between those start and end index number, it will throw an error. So you should be little bit cautious about it, and according to that you can perform your work. Now right here I have a list of functions. Okay, these functions, they are Boolean in nature. It returns the value in form of Boolean value, and it gives the output. Like for example, is alpha, checks whether it is alphabet or not, alphanumeric or not. Then first one is alpha num. So L num is checks whether it is alphanumeric or what. then is ASCII checks whether it is ASCII or not, then decimal, then digit, then identifier, lower, and so on. You can try it with lot many different combination. Right here you can see I have used Python programming as a list, as a string, and on the basis of that I have picked the output for it. So now here you can see that, like, for whatever situation it is returning true and false right here. And on the basis of that, if you change the value, definitely you will get different output for the respective string, and on the basis of that you can work on it. So all the above list of function returns boolean as output, true or false. So that is the baseline of this. Now the remaining function we will cover in the next video, and we will also see indexing and slicing with strings, and then gradually we will move to the other data types and their respective inbuilt function and slicing and indexing operation on it. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood whatever things we have covered. Please subscribe my channel and give thumbs up to it. Thank you.